Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another class with me. Just in case you're thinking, God, Karen wears the same outfit. She's worn the same outfit for 4 weeks. We've actually been recording for a couple of hours today, a few classes, and I am so excited that we are now finally to our restorative yin postures. So we're going to slow things way down and restore our nervous system. So we're going to take about 20 minutes and do that. So we're going to start in a child's pose. And what I would recommend, now if your knees don't bend real well, you can take a blanket or rolled up blanket anytime. You can do this with blocks too if you're kneeling or whatnot. You can always put the blanket back there. And I'm going to bring my forehead down to a block. And what you might want for your practice today, I guess I should have said that, is maybe a blanket, maybe a couple blocks, maybe a strap. And I'm actually going to let my hips just rest back on my heels, let my forehead rest on the block. And your hands can be back by your feet, or if it's more comfortable for you, you can bring your arms forward and maybe rock your head a couple of times from side to side. And then eventually just stop with the middle of the forehead resting. Relax your neck. It's more comfortable for you to take the knees wider. That is an option as well. Relax the shoulders. And just begin to visualize the back of your body and breathe into your back. Relax your jaw. Breathe all the way down into your belly. As your mind wanders throughout your practice today, just notice and bring it back. Recognize how you feel. Notice the pattern of your breath. And just slow it down again. You're more than welcome to stay here, or you can come with me and take a side bend in your child's pose. So I'll just take my forehead off the block for a moment and walk my hands over. Now you can take the block over with you and rest your forehead on the block as you bend your torso over to the right and press down into your hands a bit here and pull the left hip down towards the left heel, just so that you feel a deeper stretch through the left side of your body. Now send your breath into that left side so that you're creating a stretch and space with your own breath. You can always take your right hand and bring it back behind you as well. And then walk yourself over. Try to keep your head down and your neck relaxed as you walk over to the other side, left side. This time, really stretch out through the right arm. Drop the right hip down, and the left hand can come back behind you. Now just focus on that right side body, visualizing and breathing into that spot. And then just walk your right hand back towards the middle. We're going to go right into a thread the needle pose. Thread your left arm through. And your right hand can come forward. You can even place your right hand on a block over your head. You can bring your right hand also back behind you. I want you to really think about breathing into the space now around the back of your left shoulder. And then slowly switch sides. Thread your right arm through. Do whatever feels good with that left arm. Now we're breathing into the back of the right shoulder. And slowly unravel. And let's come into broken toe, which you might say, that's not a restorative pose. So you don't have to tuck the toes, but this is a nice stretch for the bottoms of the feet, the toes, underneath the toes. Just sit up tall. This is also where you can put a block between your hips and your heels, or a blanket. Retract the chin, reach up through the top of the head. Now you can keep your toes tucked if you'd like to. I'm going to add on some movement with the arms. You can also untuck your toes and just kneel. Take the arms over your head. Interlace your fingers together. Keep your elbows bent out to the sides. Flip your palms up to the sky. Now begin to straighten your arms. And as you're straightening your arms, I want you to go real slow so that you can think about drawing your shoulder blades, the bottoms, down your back and into your back pockets. Now begin to lift your chest up and find a nice heart opener here. Look up. As you exhale, tuck your chin and press your palms forward. On your inhale, come back into your bend. And exhale, press the palms forward. Inhale. And last time. Come into a tabletop. Let's get a little stretch for the wrist here. So just flip your right hand over and stretch the back of that wrist. Breathe. And And then switch sides, left wrist. Come back to tabletop. And then from here, I'm going to come right into a pigeon pose. So let me show you, if you know that an upright position does not work for you for your knees, you can do that on your back, and I'll show you that in a second. Otherwise, you're just going to take your left knee back a little bit, bring your right knee up towards your right wrist, and extend your left leg straight back. So if you're really tight in the hips, this might be where you want to stay. You can also take a blanket or a block or a bolster and place it underneath that hip to support it. And then eventually you'll come down and rest your forehead on a block. So if that works for you, go ahead. I'll just show you another couple of options from the other side. Another option for being upright in this posture is, instead of that back leg being extended, it can be bent out to the side as well, and you can rest your forehead. Or you're on your back, and something you can do here, if you're taking this variation, is to go over to a wall and place this bottom leg against the wall, so you don't have to hold it up, and just breathe into your hips that way. So wherever you are, close your eyes, relax your head, relax your neck, stay in your body, breathe. And then slowly come up from your pigeon pose. And as gracefully as you can, we're going to come out of it, but I'm going to kind of come out of it here the same way I came in. So I'm just going to come forward and back to my tabletop and switch sides. So maybe roll onto your back. I'm going to bring my left knee up towards my left wrist and rest my left hip on my blanket. Extend the right leg back. Of course, you can lay on your back again. Do what works best for you. Very easy in these less physically active practices for the mind to just keep wandering away. So really work on staying present. And then make your way back up. Very gently find your way back through your tabletop. And then bring your forearms down. And come on back and down into Sphinx Pose. So I'm going to hold on to my block here just to have something to kind of press against to help me activate my back muscles, especially to pull my chest through. Stretch your legs back out of your hips. Now you can keep your head up. Don't shoot your chin forward. It also might feel really good to bring your chin down to your chest. And maybe bring your right ear to your right shoulder, left ear to left shoulder. And now I'm going to extend my arms forward and prop my elbows up onto my block. And so you can use 2 blocks here if you want. And then just try to let your head drop down between your biceps. So again, it might work better for you to do 2 blocks here. Just bring your palms together. Deep breath. And just straighten your arms. Flip yourself over onto your back. Bring your block with you. Place the block underneath your hips. A couple of options here. You can stay here in this variation of supported bridge. You can extend your legs straight. You can also bring the soles of your feet together and open up the knees. Maybe prop a couple more blocks or blankets or bolsters underneath the knees. Feel free to stay here. You can also move into an inversion here by extending one leg at a time up. It might be really wonderful to pull yourself over to a wall and take this posture where you've got your hips a little bit away from the wall and your heels resting on the wall. And your hips can stay elevated on a block or maybe on a bolster. Breathe. If you'd like to finish out your practice where you are, please do. Otherwise, you can move into a more traditional Shavasana position by extending the arms and the legs out wide. If you have a bolster or a blanket or maybe a couple blocks, you can take that and slide it behind your thighs. Something else you can do with your blanket is have it folded so it's not too high. but just enough to support the curve in the neck. And then if you have another blanket, you can lay it on top of you. And just let your body relax. You want to feel supported by the earth, by the props around you. Allow yourself to let go. Try to stay here for at least 5 more minutes. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you feel wonderful and restored. Namaste.